All right, it is August 1st. I've pretty much neglected the garden the last 2 weeks or so because I had to go out of town last weekend, so I had no time to do anything. Sunflowers are still getting demolished by the goldfinches. I'm gonna have to look for hornworms later. You're probably sick of hearing that, but I've seen a few. I've sprayed, it's all been washed off since then, so I have to do it again. But I've picked quite a bunch of shishito peppers. They keep getting eaten by bugs or worms. I'm not sure what yet. I don't think it's worms because they would have eaten a lot more than this. But I'll take a closer look later. I'll go out tonight with a black light. Probably spray them again, even though it's gonna rain another inch because it usually doesn't rain this much during during summer. I have not had my coffee yet, so I'm just getting out here before it's too hot. This is a volunteer tomato plant, which probably means, actually, I don't know what kind this is. I thought it was gonna be this multi-flowering kind that I had last year that I didn't like, but it doesn't look like it. I have one really tall sunflower. It's not the one it's supposed to be, but there you go. These guys have finally opened. And now I haven't gone back in here yet today, so we'll see if there's any new damage because there has been a woodchuck or something. There's the closed trap that we set for it, so I'll be opening that when I'm done. But tomato bed still looking kind of crazy. I'm gonna have to trim a lot and adjust the shade cloths in a lot of beds because they're too low for the tomato plants. But check it out, we got that guy starting to ripen. And then if you can see way back there, there's another one starting to ripen. Potatoes are looking terrible, but that's fine. That was also my finger in the way. I'm great at this. There's the other tomato that is starting to ripen. I think that's all one, even though it looks like, I don't know, it's a weird shape, but I believe it's one tomato. I have a lot of my cherry tomatoes that are, my goodness, we're not doing so great at this today. Maybe I should have had some more coffee. Cherry tomato arch is awesome. I have picked a lot off of this, especially because it rained so much, but there's more on the way, so we're good. My mostly paste tomato bed, onions, which I came back from my trip and it all looked like this. It had all fallen over. I think that I can harvest them, except it's been so rainy. So today and tomorrow not supposed to rain, so maybe tomorrow I can pull them. I've never had a successful onion harvest, so we'll see. Oh, I forgot Sky Pumpkin. Sky Pumpkin's doing great. Right over there, starting to turn orange, nice and sized up. Other pumpkin vines out there were doing great, except something ate the other pumpkins that were out there. So last year nothing bothered them. This year, seemingly very different from last year. Not sure why, but the critters are not being kind. Jalapenos, if we could focus. Maybe the sun is not the best lighting in the world, but I do have some jalapenos that are ready. I need to tie this up a little bit because it's leaning. And then this jalapeno plant is also doing its thing. And I really can't see what I'm recording with this morning sunshine, so it might be a spectacular flop, but we'll see. Mexican sunflowers, a nice pile of cosmos. Bell pepper bed still looking kind of icky, but leaves are healthier at the top. There are flowers happening Presumably that will mean there are fruit happening somewhere in here, but haven't really seen it yet. And then I've got an empty fabric bag, a couple of empty spots around. But I should be putting new legitimate delicata squash in there today or tomorrow. More of the same, more tomatoes. Everything's a little overgrown. Oh, but one of these guys, look how pretty it is. This is a new variety for me. It's called Alice's Dream. I don't know if it'll be any good. This plant was super finicky when I started, and I wasn't sure it was going to be anything special, but the tomatoes are nice looking. Speaking of nice looking, got some great big chunky ones, and then nothing really in the middle of the plant, which I thought the shade cloth might help with, but I don't know. Got a lot of flowers at the top again, but whatever. I have a lot of tomatoes in a lot of different places this year, so I'm not mad about it. I think that I will have probably the best harvest yet, and I am actually going to count this year how many I get from each variety so I can make some decisions, maybe based on information other than just whims. This bed, these guys, totally fallen over. Yeah, I will have to try to stake though, or tie them to the stake today. Do something. My leeks are still kind of small, but they're getting gradually bigger. This one has decided to flower. Don't know why. Also, you might have noticed, or you might not have, but one of my onions decided to flower. Also don't know why, but I'm just gonna roll with it because it's not like there's anything else I can do. More big hunkin' tomatoes that are not ready to be picked. But I do have beans. Lots of beans. Actually, I should go back to my arch because the arch has a lot of beans. I didn't put those morning glories there. They put themselves there. That's a tomato plant that the critter ate. But other side of the arch, perhaps the side is easier. Oh yeah, I definitely need to do some harvesting because I have a lot of green beans. And honestly, I might plant some more. Where I had the peas, maybe I'll try to do that today too. So that arch where I have the one delicata squash on the right and then the dead peas on the left, I could rip out all these peas, save some seeds from, well, I guess not yet, they're still pretty green. No, I've got some brown, gross seed pods. I could save those, rip out the rest. Still nothing going on in here because that's what the bunny or whatever critter ate. I do have new lettuce started, so I'm afraid to put it out. It's not quite big enough yet, but I am worried that I'm going to shove the lettuce out here and it's just going to get eaten again. There's a delicata. There's the delicata. And hopefully we'll get a couple more off of this. Though none of these are fruiting flowers, but I'll hope for the best. Squash is still doing well. I picked a big old squash off it yesterday. This one's also one of my cross-pollinated suckers. And it should be a delicata, but look at that. I don't know if it cross-pollinated with my pumpkins last year. But they are definitely making cute little round fruit. And I'm just gonna wait to see what happens. That's another one of my tomatoes that was from a sucker. Lots of bug damage, but whatever. Banana pepper bed number 1. Still doing pretty well. Lots more flowers. There's actually some peppers in here that I could harvest, along with the other banana pepper bed, which we'll get to. More tomatoes. These two. These are a new variety for me. They're supposed to be black from Tula. My mom gave me the seeds. They're the oldest ones on the plant. There's a leaf, yep. There's another set on the same plant. There's some more. You see the shape? Okay, so that's plant number 1. This other supposedly same plant, black from Tula, not looking at all the same. So I don't know which one is black from Tula and which one is something else. But clearly something is not right. My one sunflower that planted itself there has finally opened. My dwarf tomato plants. These are probably almost as tall as I am. This is dwarf purple heart. It's one that I really liked last year. Makes pretty sizable fruit. They're purple, they're delightful. They're very cute. Got a lot of those happening. Also pleased to see that all my plants still look like they have leaves on them, so that's a good sign that I don't have too many terrible worms attacking. This is Showstopper, which I only have one plant this year. I don't know. They didn't germinate well, and last year this was the first that I had to ripen, and this year it's not. Go figure. Some more big honkin' tomatoes that I'm waiting for. And then the rest of this bed and a lot of that bed are pineapple, which are super slow, and I'm starting to worry that I don't really see any flowers happening. I know it's a late, long season tomato, but my second year growing them, I feel like I had more, like there were actual fruit starting by this time last year. Maybe I'm wrong. There is one right there that is not a, oh my god, my brain and lack of coffee. That's not a pineapple. Good god. That's a pink Berkeley tie-dye. I had extras, so I put them in here. And I promise I will be going inside and having breakfast and caffeinating soon. It's just been a very exhausting 2 weeks, so my brain needs a little catch-up. Some more, ooh, god, so many mosquitoes. Some more dwarf sunflower, oh, dwarf tomatoes. Wow, I should like start over, but I'm not going to. This is what y'all get. This is the status of my brain right now. More banana peppers. My plants didn't get nearly this big last year. I don't know why, but they're doing a lot better this year. This corner especially, they seem to like, so noting that for the future. And some more tomatoes that are wildly out of control. Like, for real, wildly out of control. I tried the other weekend starting to do like a, I don't know if you can see it, a little fake Florida weave. I need to work more on that because the tops are falling over and there's too many leaves up there. Like, there could be all kinds of bugs hiding up in there that I need to get rid of. Cucumber plants, which don't really have much on them. There's one right there that's almost ready. This is my pickling cucumber. I have a few fruit in the fridge from this and gonna try pickling this weekend. And then the messy potato bed. These are much more lively looking than the ones I have in the grow bags by the front. It must have rained again. Like, it's so wet out here. I don't really know what to do with this weather. Usually it's extremely dry and hot during summer and we can't get things watered enough. And this year it seems kind of the opposite. Basil, doing well. I have a couple more basil to plant too, but we'll get those out someplace. Echinacea, which has been utterly ravaged by the critter. Like, most of this greenery in here is weeds. I really hope that these plants can survive with the few little leaves that they have left, because they're mostly just sticks. And that makes me really sad because I was really enjoying how they looked and filled in, and now I just hope they survive. So that's pretty much the quick update. Pissing off the goldfinches because they want to go eat, of course. They want to go rip up my sunflowers some more. Well, let's see. There's some disturbed gravel there. The critter, I think it's a woodchuck now, was getting in through here, so Jeremiah pushed this out. And I don't see that it's gotten back in. There's no other damage, so I don't know if it's stuck under my shed right now. But yeah, there's no sign. Don't know if it's under the shed or where it is, but gotta keep an eye on it. So that's the update. It's mostly good. There's things to harvest. There's a lot of work to be done, so I'll be back here all weekend sweating because it's gonna be mid-80s and humid. Oh yeah, and for comparison, this is what the potatoes in bags look like. They're still okay. They're not dead enough to start harvesting, but they fell over and they never came back up. Also, they've definitely been eaten by bugs more than anything else. Yeah, there we go. August 1st. Enjoy.